Eclipse Xpanse is an open-source framework based on Open Services Cloud Initiative, which aims to provide independent software vendors and cloud solution providers the ability to offer native managed services on any cloud infrastructure using a simple yet comprehensive service description language. The idea, on one hand, allows software vendors to offer managed services, and on the other hand, helps infrastructure vendors to broaden their service offerings. This benefits end users by enabling them to choose from a variety of services and also service providers. The solution implicitly makes service portability and interoperability as one of its core features. It's designed and implemented to provide features such as a service description language. Plugins integrate with the underlying cloud infrastructure to manage the entire life cycle of a service, from its provisioning to its decommissioning and everything in between, thereby supplying all batteries necessary for software vendors to build, offer, and operate fully managed services. Let's look at how this works in practice. Enabling AI agentic workflows is one of the key trends recently, and different platforms and services are starting to add support for Model Context Protocol (MCP) to enable AI agents to engage with them. However, there's a key challenge for enabling AI agents' engagements. There are still few platforms and services that support MCP. And as platforms and services continue to increase, how can you keep adding MCP support for all of them? Using a combination of Eclipse Xpanse and LLMs can help address this challenge. In this demo, an AI client would like to access a GaussDB database cloud service. However, there is no MCP server available for GaussDB for which an AI client can talk. So, you will see how that this AI client will use Xpanse and an LLM to generate a new MCP server for GaussDB on demand, deploy a service, and then use it to access the GaussDB database service. The user here is interacting with an AI client which is connected to the MCP server of Xpanse and to an LLM. The user uses natural language to interact with Xpanse in this entire workflow. The user tries to ask for a specific AI MCP service in the catalog, but it does not exist. The LLM, with the help of tools provided by Xpanse MCP server, figures out that there is no such service available, but it can be generated and added. The user requests the LLM to generate an MCP server service for GaussDB and then add it to the catalog. The LLM then calls the necessary MCP tools on Xpanse MCP server to generate the service. Eclipse Xpanse then triggers its AI agent to interact with an LLM and generate a new GaussDB MCP server application, which did not previously exist. Then a service template is prepared which links to the application packet generated and adds a new service to the catalog, which can then be used by the end users. The end user then asks for the necessary details required to deploy this newly added service to the catalog. The end user then provides the necessary details to deploy the Gauss database MCP server and then connect the MCP server to the GaussDB. The LLM then deploys the service using the deployment tools offered by the Xpanse MCP server. The user then requests for the specific endpoint details to access the Gauss database MCP service. The newly created Gauss database MCP service is then added to the AI client. The client can reach the MCP service and initiate a session successfully. It loads all the tools offered by the MCP service. The AI client is configured to use the newly created MCP service and can now speak to Gauss database using natural language. Natural language is converted into tool calls to MCP service, and the MCP service then converts them eventually to database queries. As you have seen, we have created an Xpanse MCP server so that an AI client can interact with Xpanse. Furthermore, an AI client can use this Xpanse MCP server to generate and deploy on-demand new MCP servers for any arbitrary service, such as for the GaussDB database service that we demonstrated. Thus, Xpanse can help support how to add MCP servers or any new AI or cloud service to a cloud platform in an on-demand and scalable manner. Eclipse Xpanse exposes all necessary services as MCP tools that can be consumed by an AI client and LLM. In the backend, Xpanse also has an agentic AI implementation, which can generate applications, package them, and create services in the catalog using the Xpanse service description language. This is just one example to show what can be achieved using Eclipse Xpanse together with AI. If you'd like to learn more, please visit the Eclipse Xpanse open source community.